Hello guys, this is Jay from the Xcode. In today's video I'll show you how to implement a layout like this, where there's a video in the background and text overlay, and there's this over here, whatever this is, like 2 sections or whatever. Okay, so fun fact, I was asked in my current job to do something like this, and I was a little bit struggling doing this because I'm not a designer and I'm not really good at designing, and so this was like a fun challenge for me to do, and I did it. It took me like about an hour and a half to do this. So yeah, I put a lot of work into it, but it turned out it's really simple. It's really simple, very simple. Okay, so let's start. Okay, oops. All right, so I have the HTML ready over here. So I don't want to waste any of your time because I know your time is valuable. So I have all the HTML over here, basically, and I have the video. And we're going to basically have only an HTML file, okay? So basically, we're going to have a header section, and inside the header, we're going to have a div with a class name of video container. And then inside that div, we have a video with the source, basically source the path to the video over here, okay? And we have these attributes set to autoplay, set to true, and loop set to loops. It should say loop only, okay? And what else? We have inside the header also we have another div, and with a class of intro. Inside of it we have an h1 hello world and a paragraph. It says this is, so I will show you how to make a video appear in the background, and we have an href link, okay? Basically it's going to be like a button or something like this. And then we also have a section over here, and the section have 2 divs. Inside 2 divs there's an h1 and says hello world, okay? So let's go over here. So this is how it's going to be like, okay? And this is what we have so far, okay? So I'm going to open this in live server, and this is what we have now, okay? And we're going to work to make it look like this, okay? So let's start right now. So the first thing we need to do is go to the head and create the style tag. Okay, inside the style tag we're going to add a couple styles. Okay, and by the way, I'm sorry about the sound. I know it's terrible, but please bear with me. It's been a really rough week because I've just moved places and it's been a mess. Okay, so anyways, so we're gonna make the style tag, and we're gonna select everything, and then we're gonna give it a box sizing of border box, basically so I don't have any problem with any width or height. Okay, so this is the first thing we're going to do, and then we're going to select the HTML and the body, and we're going to set general styles. So the first thing, padding is going to be 0, okay, and margin is going to be 0 as well, and height is going to be 100%, and width is going to be 100% as well. Okay, and we're going to do font family of Seagull UI, whatever you want to pick. I'm going to pick this one. Okay, doesn't really matter a lot. Okay, anyways, and then we're going to select the video container, the video container class. Okay, and so basically now we selecting this, all right, this div, all right, the one over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to set the position to relative, okay? And that's because we're going to have this div over here set to absolute position, so it can overlay over this one over here and cover it, okay, to be like this, so the text can overlay and be like this, okay? So we're going to set position to relative and overflow. Also, we're going to set overflow to hidden. If you notice over here, the overflow is, you see we have the video is overflowing. So we want to remove this horizontal scroll bar. So we're going to set the overflow to hidden, save it, and now we don't, oops. Alright, so this should theoretically fix it. And that's because of this little thing mistake over here. Okay, and then now we have it. Alright, no scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar. Okay. And I don't know why the video is not playing. Let's refresh the page and it should play. Yeah. Because we're gonna have the video play like this, autoplay, and the text and all that like this. Okay. Alright, so next what we need to do is set the height to 100 VH. Okay. And if you're not familiar with this unit, VH basically means the view height, basically what we have in here. So set the height to basically to the height of the window. Okay. All right. And save it. And now you can see the height is the only the height of the window. Okay. All right. And that's it for the video container. Next, we're gonna go to the this over here, this div, the intro, where we have the text and the button and the paragraph. Okay, so we're gonna select the intro. I don't know why I called it intro, but whatever. I just want to get done with this video. I really do, because I got other stuff to do. Okay, so we're gonna set the position to absolute. Okay, and now if we save and look at this, you're gonna see like text overflowing over each other and stuff, but we're gonna fix this. So first of all, we're gonna do height equal to 100%. Okay, and a width of 100%. And I'll tell you why we want the height and the width of 100%. So basically, this button, okay. So I need to remove the hello world over here. These two paragraphs, these are coming from over here, from this section, this over here. So let me remove them for a second to show you what I mean. Okay. Oops. Let's save. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this entire thing flow over this over here. Okay. Overlay over the video. Okay. Covering the video. So I needed to have a full width of the entire screen over here, because it's gonna be all over in here, all over the video. Okay. So it's gonna have the same height and width of the video. Okay. So that's the reason I had it. I have it the height and width of 100%. Okay. So, and now we're gonna set the background color of our RGPA, and it's going to be 102, and it's going to be 3.1, and blue is going to be 84, and for the alpha it's going to be 0.7. Okay, save it, and this is what we have. Okay, so basically this is going to overlay the video over here, the entire video, and only the video. Okay, we don't want it to take up the whole website. Okay, so next is we're gonna have a padding. We're gonna have left of 0 and top of 0 as well, and this will pull it to the top of the nearest relative container. Okay, nearest relative parent. Okay, so this will pull it to the top. You see how the div got pulled over to the top? So basically that's why we set the relative position over here, because this when we have the absolute position, is gonna go flow to the nearest relative parent. Okay, and the nearest relative parent is the container. Okay, so it's gonna be over the container. Okay, and now we're gonna have text align center, and it's going to center the text in the middle, and we also going to have a padding of 10%. Okay, and we almost done. You see how simple that is? I told you it is simple, but it took me almost 2 hours to do this. All right, next we are going to design the button, this button over here, which is going to be so fun. Yeah. Okay, so for the button, I'm going to not even going to select the button. I'm just going to select the A tag. Not even going to give it any class or anything. So I'm going to give it padding, and don't ask me how I did this button. I just did it. Okay, 5 rem. I was basically playing with this for like a half an hour to get the button to look like this. But I finally got it. Alright, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. Padding. So first of all, this. Okay, so we need to also give it a border to show you. Okay, border is gonna be let's see. Well, actually, we don't have any borders. Okay, so we're gonna give it a padding left of 2 rem and padding right. Oops. Padding right of 2 rem. Okay. and we're going to do font size of 2 rem. Okay, and the background color, it's going to be Rubik purple, and the text declaration okay. Okay, forgot to put a semicolon over there. Text decoration is going to be none. That's basically to remove the line under the text, and we're going to give it a color of white, basically. And we're almost done. Border radius of let's give it a 2 pixels. Okay, so this is how it looked like. I think it looks fine. Looks fine for me. And next, let me see what we need to do. So with that done, so next we need to I need to put some padding between these two, between the paragraph and the button to make it look better like this. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select over here, select intro P, okay, the paragraph tags. I'm going to do padding, or I can do okay, yeah, I'm going to select the P. I'm going to do margin 5%, and color white, and font size to 2 rem. Okay, and this is how it looked like. Very similar to the one we got over here. We're almost there. Okay, and I'm gonna select the H1 inside the intro, and I'm gonna give it a color of, over here we got, it's kind of like, it's not too dark, it's black but not too dark, RGB. It's gonna be it's going to be 102, 22, 21, and 21. Okay, and here we go. And lastly, we're going to style the bottom divs over here, these two. It's gonna be simple, very simple and easy. The main point was this, to get this done, and already got it. You can do this on your own, or you can stop watching the video and that's it, because that's the hardest part. It was hardest part for me was like getting this done, getting the video playing in the background and the text overlaying and getting like something like this. Okay, it was really difficult. Like I was struggling for a moment. Okay. Anyhow, if you want to see how I style this, basically, let's see. Let's add a class over here, and we call it content. Okay, I'm gonna call it content. Come over here. I'm gonna do content. Okay, and I'm going to do display grid. Okay, and I'm going to do grid template columns, and it's going to be 1 FR, 1 FR, to basically distribute the space evenly between the two. And we're going to do height of 30% or whatever you want to give it, however you want it to be. Okay, I'm just going to give it a 30% height. Okay. And a width. I don't need to give it a width, but you can give it a width of 100%. That's basically going to be 100%, but you can give it a width if you want to. Background, it's going to be white, and border top is going to be 1 pixel solid black. Okay, so this is what we have right now. Okay, so next we're going to target the divs inside the content. Okay, so we're going to target these divs. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them a height of 100%. You can ignore this, but I'm going to just do it. You don't need to give them a height of 100%. Width of 100% as well. Okay, and the display, you can put a grid. It doesn't really matter. You just need the display to make the content center, because otherwise you can't center the content. So we're going to do flex, and we're going to do align items. It's going to be center, and justify content, and it's going to be center as well. And this will center the text to the center. And just to show you, that doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You can just put grid in here, and it really won't make any difference. You see, you just need display set to grid or flex to set these items, because otherwise it won't work. So you see, if we ignore this, it won't really work. So it needs to display to be set. Let's go back, and yeah, I think that's it. That's how you set them to the, except this thing says something else. Okay, and basically that's all I wanted to show you guys. Yep, and this is the code. And also I'm gonna have it on GitHub, I believe, just for reference if I ever wanted to create something like this again. And you feel free to copy whatever you want and implement in your own project. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.